Okay, let's get started. So, we are going to be talking about being an influencer. I think that it can serve so many different people in so many different ways. And I have been doing some studying on something called the energy bus, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that today. So, being an influencer is, it can be overwhelming. It can be, especially when you're starting off as a new coach. It's like we all start with zero influence. We have people, we come out of the woodwork and people are like, what are they doing? Why are they talking about goals? Why are they talking about this? Why are they working out? Why are they posting on social media? And we're just kind of, just like boom in your face. And they're just kind of like, whoa, 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 what's going on? Is this network marketing? My back is up. What's going on? This isn't cool, so we're all starting off with like zero influencers, and that is completely normal, you guys. I know it's so easy for us to be so hard on ourselves by thinking that, no one's liking my post, no one is commenting on my stuff, no one's joining my free group, no one is, being a part of whatever I want them to be a part of. No one's answering my messages. No one's doing this. It's because you're just starting to be an influencer, and it takes time and it takes building that trust in people. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this analogy that I like to use, that I've used in the past, that you guys may have heard me talk about before, but it's called the energy bus. So what I want you guys to think about is that you are driving a bus, and you are, making stops, and you're offering to take people along on your bus. You want to take them to, really the destination is hope. So in this time, what you want to do is you want people to be able to think that they can trust you enough to get on your bus. Now, what I want you guys to think about is, if you were waiting and you were waiting to get on a bus and you were waiting to go to a destination, you didn't really know where it was going, but you wanted to take, a risk and go somewhere fun and go somewhere cool and go with some cool people and, experience this amazing experience and opportunity, what kind of bus would you get on? Would you get on a bus that was going consistently on a route, that knew what they were doing, that talked about, consistent behaviors, that were doing all of the things that, they were sharing it, they were showing up every day, they weren't leaving you behind or running you over. They were, they were stopping and making sure that you could get on their bus every single day. But what if you were waiting for this opportunity to come, on this bus to come, and you were maybe coming like once every 2 days, which may, left them waiting 5 out of the 7 days of the week? Would they stay and wait for your bus? No. So most of what we do is we show up, some people, when they start businesses like this, they show up 1, 2, 3 days, maybe a week. And what happens is, when you do that, you lose all accountability and all influence that you have built by not showing up the next day. So once you start showing up and you start to build that influence, it's so important to stay consistent with building that influence, even if no one is engaging with your stuff. Because what you're doing is you're creating a brand. You're creating trust. You may be creating haters. But what happens is, when you're creating those haters, what it's doing is it's actually, those haters actually turn into your biggest admirers, because they have now seen that you are capable and that you aren't quitting and you're not giving up. And that scared them at first. And, that freaked them out at first. They thought, whoa, and they had this negativity around what you were doing and all of these feelings that you were feeling and what you were sharing, what you were posting. And now eventually, after being consistent for over a certain amount of time, those people are starting to trust you because they believe you. They know where you're going. So, it's so important that you are being that. It's just funny to kind of like relate ourselves to being a bus, but it's very true. You guys have to remember that, you're driving this vehicle that can take people to this amazing destination of fitness, hope, financial freedom, this amazing community of women. This bus that we're offering people to come on and join us with can take them to a totally different life, a totally different lifestyle. But if you're not making that bus consistent and fun and valuable and, giving value and giving back and picking them up and taking them for a free ride, giving them value and recipes and entertainment on your social media and showing up every single day, they're not going to get on your bus. They're going to go to a different bus. They're going to go somewhere else. They're going to reach out to a different coach if they're interested in the opportunity or they're interested in the programs. They're going to find someone else that is being consistent with their journey and their driving and their riding their bus, whatever. So you have to remember that when you are showing up and you are being consistent every single day, you are building an influence and you're building trust. And sometimes it takes longer than others. Sometimes it can be so frustrating because you feel like you're not getting anywhere. Social media can be extremely frustrating at times. It changes all the time. The algorithms change. You might get a 1 like on your post. You might get 50 on another, and you don't understand why. It doesn't matter. And I don't want you guys to look at the number of likes and stuff that you're getting on your social media. What I want you to do is I want you to remember and think about the things that you can put out there to build your brand and build your trust and build that hope in your audience so that they can know that they can eventually join you too when they're ready. Now, just because you're stopping and you're offering to take them for a ride, that doesn't mean that they're going to just jump on your bus. It doesn't mean that, when you send out an invite, they're going to be like, yeah, sure, I'm in. They have no idea where they're going. They have no idea what you're doing or what you're, offering to do with them. So when you're inviting people to join you and to come on the journey with you, this could be joining the business with you or joining the fitness part with you, it's joining a challenge group. You have to remember that it takes so much for people to trust you, right? It takes so much for people to, regain that trust and that confidence in you as a leader and as a coach, because they've maybe have had bad experiences. Maybe they've, tried certain products before, certain different things before that didn't work for them, and they had a bad experience and they spent money and they wasted it. Or maybe they tried Beachbody business before and they had a bad experience. Or maybe they tried a different MLM company before and they had a bad experience. Like, it's not going to be easy to gain some people's trust. So what you have to do is you really have to work hard for that. You really have to work hard at gaining their trust and, building that relationship with them. And so, that is why being consistent and always doing that route 7 days a week. I'm not saying you have to invite 7 days a week. I think it's important to at least invite 5 days of the week. And what I do a lot of the time is that I'm inviting more during the week so I don't have to invite on the weekends. But showing up every day on your social media is a must. A post is so important because once you start to really engage and you really start to show people that you're there and what you're doing, they are going to wait for you to fail. People want your bus to crash and burn and explode. They really do. And I hate to say that, and it's a horrible thing to say, but when they find out that you are doing this business that they're too afraid to do, they're too afraid to try themselves, they don't understand it. It doesn't fit into their little box of, you're not sitting in an office. It doesn't make sense to me. How does this person work from home and make money and work out and make money? I don't get it. They don't want you to succeed because it scares them. And for people who are like that, and for people who, want you to fail or wait for you to fail or not show up on your social media, those are the people you have to prove wrong. That is why it's so important to keep gaining that influence. So if you are driving your bus route one day a week, and you did it, so in other words, in Beachbody terms, doing a post 1 day a week, not showing up for 5, those people who started to gain a little bit of interest from that one post that you did, you've lost now. They're gone. If they liked your post and they were maybe like, oh, what's she doing? And then you didn't show up for 3 or 4 days, you probably lost their trust that quick, because you will be able to regain it, but it's going to take a while, because they're not going to look at you and think, oh, wow, she fell off track. I don't know if she could keep me on track. You know what I mean? So you need to be consistent with it and keep going around and around and around and keep driving your bus route and keep going around the circle, no matter what, no matter who's getting on your bus, or if anyone's getting on your bus. Maybe no one's getting on your bus. Maybe one person's on your bus and they're just driving around this loop bus route with you over and over and over again. You have to keep doing it no matter what, because people are eventually going to be thinking, well, if they're obviously driving around and around this route for nonstop for a reason, maybe I should get on the bus. So like, you're posting about your workouts, you're posting about your nutrition, you're being consistent in talking on social media, you're being consistent about talking about the business, which we need to talk about a little bit. You're talking about all of those things, And eventually people are going to think, well, she's being so consistent with this. Obviously it's working for them. Obviously it's working for her. Maybe I will get on the bus. Maybe I will give it a try. Maybe it will, you know, maybe I do have hope. Maybe I can get on this bus and it can take me to, you know, believing in myself, or having a new kind of business, or doing a new kind of fitness challenge. Maybe, you know, maybe I can trust them to get me there because they're doing it. But you have to be consistent with that to gain that trust. Because I am telling you guys that if you don't show up, or if you don't show up in, you know, and be yourself, that you will lose all of that. And I don't want you guys to do that. And I see it happen so often with people. I see it happen so often with coaches, where they show up and they show up and they show up and then they disappear for weeks. And then they come back and then they think that they can just come back. You know what I mean? Like in some situations it's different. Like if you know, you were a coach and then you took a break and then you came back, it's different because that it shows your belief. It shows you're coming back because of your belief in the program and the products. But if you're just like taking a break because you're just too busy, or you know what I mean? Like people are just going to think you're too busy for them. So they're not going to invest in you. When people buy a challenge pack, they are not buying a challenge pack because of the products or the program. They're buying it because of their belief in you. They're not buying it because, well, partially they are buying it because of they may be interested in the program and how it can help them, but they're buying it from you because they're interested in how you can help them with your online support and your online challenge group. So you have to be able to show people, you know, what you can offer them through your social media and talking through your stories and being your authentic self and just being you and not worrying about what anyone has to think or say. Because if you worry about all of those things, you're just going to consistently compare yourself to other people. And that's not good. Honestly, I'll tell you guys something. I unfollow a lot of coaches because I found myself comparing myself consistently to their success, their progress, everything that they were doing, things that they were doing that I wasn't doing. And I was comparing myself and thinking maybe I should be doing that. And then I had to just unfollow them and just say, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to do me. This feels right now. So like, you know, I just kind of do what feels right at the moment. ADD Obsession felt right to me when no one else on, you know, our bigger team, Crush It Fitness, was going to do ADD Obsession. They're all doing Live 4, blah, blah, blah. I thought, no, ADD Obsession is what I believe. I love this program. A lot of us had amazing results from this program. So I'm going to do it again because that's what I believe in. You know, To Be Mindset. Amazing program. I want to do another launch of that because that's what I believe. And you guys need to just kind of like embrace what you believe in and just run with it. I know there's so many of you who are like super into To Be Mindset and inspiring people that way. And that is amazing. And I think it's amazing that we have those people on the team that can, you know, really give that, that information and that stuff to all of the clients and really like embrace that part of Beachbody because it's so different. So, you know, when you're making, just going to read my notes here. Does anyone, one sec. So there's a few things you got to do to, you know, stay on the bus and be a consistent bus. You need to have a system. You know, you can't just, you know, have your phone in your hand and be scrolling on social media for 4 hours and then be frustrated because you didn't get anything done or you're not getting anyone interested. You know, that means that you're not doing, you know, you're not putting your work in the right place. And I used to do that all the time. I used to pick up my phone in the morning, and I still do it sometimes. I have to catch myself. And I'll scroll. I'll watch people's stories, and I'll compare myself, and I'll read everything on the news feed. And, like, that doesn't do me any good, especially now with my social media so full of people I don't even know. There's no need for me to look at Facebook and Instagram like that. Sometimes I'll go and I'll, like, look at my friends' stories or whatever, who are my good friends, or your guys' stories, but that's completely different, right? But, like, that time that I'm taking on my phone needs to be focused time to dedicate towards moving my business forward, not doing things that aren't going to move anyone's business forward. We have to make sure that that time we have a system. So when you wake up, you know, when you wake up and you have a system and you can write it down and you can schedule yourself out some time where you can actually say, okay, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., I am going to do my personal development and I'm going to send out 10 invites and I'm going to do a post. You know what I mean? Like that's going to take you probably like 20 minutes. It's not going to take you, well, with personal development, it might take a little bit longer, but it's not going to take very long for you to do those things if they're focused, it's focused energy and you're putting your focus in the right place. So don't sit on your computer and scroll and do all these things that are pointless, that aren't moving your business forward. Make sure that you really like structure that time out so that you can you can really hammer out what you need to do for your business activities and your vital behaviors in an amount of time where you don't feel overwhelmed and you don't feel like you didn't accomplish anything. And you're gonna, you're not gonna like be like, oh my gosh, I didn't do anything except sit on my phone all day and I didn't even like accomplish anything in my business. You know what I mean? Like, make sure that you are like setting that time aside. I try to do it first thing in the morning. I try to like hammer it all out, get my power hour done so that I can do what I need to do throughout my day for when my kids call and then either skates delivered or I have to go to figure skating or I have to go to football or I have to do this or coach figure skating or blah, blah. Like, life is nuts, right? So I have to make sure that I have that time scheduled for myself to, be able to work my business and do all those things. And I know I preach about that all the time, but it is very, very, very important that you are taking that time and you are being consistent with the system. Because if you're not being consistent with some sort of system, your bus ain't going to run. You know what I mean? Like, the buses have systems, they have schedules, they have routines, they have routes that they go every single day that help them, stay on schedule and pick up their regular people and they just take them for the ride around and whatever. That's exactly what you guys need to think about and exactly what you guys need to do is you need to really make sure that you have that, system. And accountability is huge too. And I know we have our accountability for our challenge group. And I know I talked about this on the last team call, but keeping ourselves accountable for our business goals. So I started to do the polls in the team page because I think it's really cool for you guys to see, like, what did you accomplish that day and kind of see what everyone else accomplished that day. And for us all to be able to see like what we're lacking in as a team and what we're not doing as a team to grow our team. And one thing that we're not doing, to grow our team as a team together is we're not doing as many inviting people to join us in this business, which is, I know, can be a very scary conversation sometimes for some people. If you believe it's a scary conversation to some people, it's really not. And if you're sending out 2 invites every day for someone to learn more about the business opportunity, it's not really a big deal. You never know what kind of situation or people are in. And none of you guys would be here today if someone didn't ask you if you would like to learn more about the coaching opportunity. It keeps us accountable for our goals. It's an amazing thing. Like, coaching is an amazing thing. And the opportunity that comes with it is amazing. And you guys, it's just, I'm not even going to go into it right now, but, use that team page and use our team as like an accountability for your business, like we do with our challenge group. So like, hold yourself accountable to your business goals. Post about your daily vital behaviors. Post about an invite that you feel like you could share with the team. Post about those things that can help people, just like we do in our challenge group with our health and fitness. But we're coaches. We need to be held accountable for our, our coaching goals as well, because it's important, and that's what we're focusing on right now. Coaching is a big part of my fitness and nutrition. There's no way that I would be as accountable as I am today if I wasn't a coach. There's no way I would be sticking with what I am now. I would have totally fall off track because no one would know, right? So being a coach and putting myself out there all the time, I am consistent with my social media because I know I am so accountable because everyone knows I'm a coach because I've made that bed. I've made that bed. Now I have to lay in it, which is a good bed. But it's something that now that's just what I have. That's what I do because I've been so consistent over the last 2.5 years. That's just my routine now. So you have to get yourself into the habit, and you have to get yourself, of just thinking that you're driving this energy bus. And, what kind of bus would you want to get on? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to get on a bus that you have no idea where it's going? Are you going to get on a bus that looks fun, sharing people who are on the bus, like our team, sharing things that we do together, taking lots of pictures when we're together doing our things or on our team calls, like sharing this stuff. It shouldn't just be me sharing our team stuff. It should be you guys sharing our team stuff and sharing the amazing community that we are together, right? We're like sharing like the recognition of someone else on our team. It doesn't have to always be your PS coach. It doesn't have to be like that. It's about, people want to be a part of a community. They want to go, like, look at party buses for like total example. When people have a party bus and they go from place to place and they know the destination and they know that it's going to be a fun bus, they go, it's sold out, it's a fun thing. You know what I mean? So like sharing those things and sharing what you can offer and sharing where you're going and talking about where you're going and how you can help and how you can help people get there is a part, it's so big. And I just know everyone is so capable of that. And I just want you to remember that, when you're when you made this commitment to your business, do you want to be an influencer? Do you want to keep that influence? Do you want to you don't want to have this big build up to be this coach and then get this influence and then just like lose it because you didn't show up tomorrow and the next day. You have to consistently be doing the same thing over and over, no matter who's getting on your bus. You have to be consistent with it, because that's what's going to build the influence, because they're going to know you're not giving up, you're not stopping, and that's what's going to gain, following, and that's what's going to gain trust, and that's what's going to gain, accountability for yourself as well, because once you start showing up on that bus every single day, you're going to have people following you, and you're going to have people getting on your bus that you can't stop anymore. You can't stop. You can't take a break, because you have too many people depending on you, and you have too many people believing in you. So start with that. Start with being super consistent and, just being really focusing on being an influencer. And when people know that you're showing up every single day, that is how you become an influencer, because they can trust you, they believe in you, they know you're there, they know they can go to you, and they know that when they need help and they want help and they have that hope and they're ready for that hope and they're ready to get on the bus, you're driving that bus so they can go get on. But if you're not showing up, they're going to go somewhere else. And I've had it happen lots, with coaches who've quit, other people, that coach quit. And that person was maybe going to sign up with them, but their bus crashed, whatever. They're no longer driving their bus. They came over to our team or whatever, right? Or our challenge group, because they knew we were still going, because we're consistently showing up. And I have been proven that over and over again in my own business, because I have shown up so much. I've had so many people message me and say, I don't have a coach, my coach disappeared, or I signed up and I didn't have the support, and I know you're a coach because you're always there, and they ask for my support and they get on the bus and they join the team and they do all these things. So just remember that, guys. Hopefully that was a good explanation. You can look it up. It's called the Energy Bus. Josh Coates. Follow his Facebook page. He is a Facebook Beachbody, or not Facebook. He's a Beachbody, oh my gosh, coach, like success coach. But he does amazing live videos and he talks a lot about this bus. And the same thing kind of goes with the escalator theory that Patrick Reelman talks about. It's like you're consistently climbing this escalator. You're consistently climbing this escalator, and if you stop, you're going down the escalator. You're no longer going up the escalator. You're going down. You're going right back down to the bottom where you started. You're consistently climbing the escalator. You're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere, and then finally you're going to get to the top. But if you stop and you're not being consistent, you're not going. You're going to go down. You're going to go back to where you began. So I think those are great analogies for coaching and how it works, and building and being an influence, because that's what it is. That's what it takes. That's what it takes for people to trust you, is just being consistent and being you and not worrying about what other people think of your posts. And really pay attention to the posting training I've been doing in the training page. It's been really helpful and it's been really valuable. It's been just like, be yourself, talk about, what you're doing, and just like sharing value, giving people value. And if people are like not ready to, invest in themselves yet, then it's okay to share them, get them in your free group and give them free recipes. Or, if they're not ready to invest in themselves yet, or invest money, or they're just not there yet, just put them in your free group. Invite them to, learn more about, having some free fall recipes, or joining your 5-day booty challenge, or whatever you're going to do. Give them value. I think it's really important to give value to people. And that's also another thing, a leadership role is to really just give back to people, because when you give back to people, they appreciate that and they trust that. And then you can build a relationship with that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I really had to say. Does anyone have any questions? You can just unmute yourselves if you do. I have one more thing. I just can't remember what it was going to be. How do you guys feel about what I said? Does that make sense? Do you guys like that? Do you like that analogy of the energy bus? Everyone's so quiet. Or are you guys just all frozen? There you go. Someone disappeared. There's a couple more things I wanted to say. I don't remember what I was going to say. Anyway. So a couple things I will touch on if no one has any questions. We are going to be running a 2B Mindset information group next Tuesday. So 2B Mindset, if you guys aren't too familiar with it, it's just the nutrition program where you learn about mindful eating and how to plate your food. And it's an amazing program where people have been getting amazing results. You can get your certification in it, which Crystal is doing right now, and I'm going to be doing it as well. And it's just a really great, they can get Beachbody On Demand with it, and you can do mostly every program with it except maybe 80-day obsession, because that one's a little bit more strict of nutrition with the timed, but it's super great. So I gave you guys an example of a post in the chat, which works well. I get lots of likes, but no comments on it yet. So I've mostly just been inviting people who I've talked to in the past to check it out, putting them in my stories, inviting people personally, or like, you know, publicly. I'll probably do a post every couple days, you know, just to kind of like get people in the group. And then starting on Tuesday, we'll start posting in there and talking about the program and talking about the different options and talking about how it works. And it'll be really great. So it'll kind of be like another 2B launch. So if we can fill that group up before Tuesday, I think it'll be a great thing to get people into after Thanksgiving. So, you know, I think it'll be an amazing thing that people might be interested in after, you know, indulging and getting Thanksgiving pie and turkey and gravy and all that stuff. So we'll think of some creative, you know, if you guys think of some creative posts to do surrounding that, then that would be great to share with the team. Lindsay, do you have something to say?
The one I did today got a good response.
Good.
I've added like, I think 10 people to the group since that one. Yeah.
That's awesome.
People are liking it a lot.
And you did the dress one that I shared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was super simple post. You guys can find it. It's on my page, or it's on Lindsay's page, or it's in the chat. I had pants on and Lindsay was holding a dress. They were just like, it worked really well when 2B Mindset was first launched. It worked really well. So I thought we might as well use it again. And it just says like, would you like to lose, you know, 20 to 30 pounds before New Year's without exercising? Not that I like to like say people shouldn't exercise, but it's really great for people who aren't into exercising, which lots of people aren't into exercising. We have to acknowledge that. So you know what I mean? Like people don't like to work out, or they like to run, or they like to do other things. So we have to make sure that we are, you know, it's really great to, you know, change it up every once in a while and invite people to different things. So yeah, so that's kind of exciting. And then we have our challenge groups going, and we have lots of different things going. I am going to set up a coach sneak peek this month, and I want you guys to at least add a couple people each. So it's not scary, guys. We have to make sure that we're adding people to our teams to grow our teams, because it's an important part of this business is growing your team so that your own team can grow, so that you can be the leader, so that you can be an elite coach. And you can be in Vegas right now, and you can be going to the Bahamas in March, and you can be doing all those things. You have to start building your team, and you have to, you know, focus on Success Club, and, you know, just doing all. And if you're consistent, and driving that bus on its proper route every day, then you shouldn't have no problem, you know, hitting Success Club and getting people on your bus. And don't be afraid to talk about the coaching opportunity with people. If you made $50 or something, share that. Oh my gosh, I got my nails done today. I love being able to do a little side business from home. Like, that's seriously all you could write. You'd probably get way more likes writing something like that than if you did like a big long spiel. Like, honestly, people like short and sweet, like doing stuff like that. Like when I buy my kids outfits for winter, I talk about, oh my God, it's so nice to be able to buy my kids new outfits and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like just like thinking of those little things that you can incorporate and talk about how coaching has helped you, no matter if it's like an extra $100 or an extra $800 or whatever it is. You know, there's a lot of women and a lot of people that could use that little bit of extra help. And a lot of women that can use what we do in their life. and just remember that what we do is a blessing to other people and to our lives and to their lives. And it can be an amazing opportunity for someone that you might be too afraid to invite. If my coach was too afraid to invite me, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I thank God every day and I'm not religious. I thank God every day, and I'm not religious, that he invited me to coaching, because I wouldn't be here, right? So you have to think about those things, and like how much it changed my life because someone decided that I needed that invite. I needed that challenge or that invitation. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's call. I felt all inspired. I've seen a very scary accident tonight, so I'm just super grateful to be here right now with you guys. Just going to, you guys can unmute yourselves if you want. I'm done talking, I swear. I'm gonna take a photo.
So Lindsay, you're loving to be my...
I am. It's been really good since I've actually cracked down on it
You
and
seem to be
done it properly.
You're...
Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to weigh myself and see where I'm at, because that's my 2-week mark, and I'll be there.
What were you at?
This morning
you lost 5 pounds?
I'm at 8 pounds now.
Good job.
This morning I was, yeah.
In 2 weeks.
I'm really happy. Yeah.
Good. Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to try it.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of people. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of people on my Instagram following me that have fibromyalgia, so
Good.
I'm hoping some of them start
That's good to
at least
know,
getting
because
interested.
I've had a couple people that have reached out to me in the past that has it, and they say that they can't work out and all that kind of stuff, and so
Yeah.
it just kind of scares them, right? But that's good to know that you're doing awesome on it.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
Good.
There's a lot of people in our group who are doing really great on it, and I think that we need to, as coaches, we need to share more about it, right? Like share more posts about it and stuff. So if you guys find stuff that you can share in there, that'd be awesome. Because there's a lot of people doing 2B Mindset in there right now. So let's take a photo, guys.
I think I'm going to do the eating portion of it for sure.
Okay, you guys all ready to smile? Oh, my hair is like matted to my head. Where'd Nika and Tamara go?
Oh, Nika, where'd you go?
She's like, no picture for me.
Come on, Nika.
Is Shannon frozen to just me?
Just you.
Ah. Oh, wait.
Nika,
Maybe
didn't
someone
want
else
her
can take
picture.
a photo. Can someone else take a photo? Because mine's all frozen.
I can.
Okay.
I wanted Nika in there, though. All right. Cheese. Okay, I'm so used to getting my kids to say cheese.
I better stop the recording.